We are now moments away from the kickoff of the featured match on this New Year's Day between the USL's Long Island Rough Riders and Bermuda's under-20 national team, preparing for crucial World Cup qualifying matches actually this month now. I have to get used to saying that. I think it's the 19th through 23rd in Suriname against Guyana, the Netherlands Antilles, and Suriname. And the visitors came away with a 2-1 win down at spacious Wellington Oval, windswept day about a week ago or so. And we'll see what Gary Darrell has to offer here as the national coach for the under-20s. He has a few more players at his disposal. Very quickly giving you the lineups: Dante Leverock, Corey Richardson, Daniel Andrade, Aaron Simmons, Jamal Swan, Kadar Maynard, Dante Oldboy, Jalen Bather, Shannon Burchell, Lawan Simmons, Aaron Nelson, Rico Trott, Terrence Smith, Taj Bell, Roger Lee Jr., captain, and the whistle goes. Shane Arkian, brothers, Stephen Barea, Thomas Booth, Keith Dettel, Kevin Garcia, big man in the middle, had an outstanding match against Dandytown, Alexander Grandy, Sean Higgins, Zachary Kupfer, Alexander Naples, James Nealis, Graham Roderick, Dominic Sarr, who's the goal-scoring machine for the Rough Riders, Mark Sacco, Matthew Uwe, Anthony Barbero, who's the assistant coach, Tyrone Hines, and their president, Peter Zaritan. So once again, we say good afternoon to the vice president of the Bermuda Football Association, Calvin Blankendale.
Yes, good afternoon, Mike. So a very entertaining match earlier. Somerset Trading is coming out winners. And this is the feature match of the day, Bermuda's under-20 World Cup qualifying national team versus the Long Island Rough Riders. Rough Riders having a comfortable Christmas stay here in Bermuda, having won their first opening matches, but expecting a tougher opposition today with the under-20s having done their homework after their initial loss 2-1.
Obviously their intent is to return to the Eastern Seaboard over there with a clean sheet. 2-1 win, as we stated moments ago, against this particular squad, and then a 4-0 win over the Dandytown Hornets. Can they close it out with a clean sweep?
Yes. This is a very important match for the under-20 team, as this may be the last time they will get an opportunity to impress Coach Darrow, assisted by Coach Boyles, for the team that's actually going to be on the plane to Suriname. So everyone, as we would say, is playing for their spot to be part of the next phase of Bermuda's FIFA qualified competition. Dante Lever heads into the ball, is still in possession, looking to lay it off, but timely there we see central defense of the Long Island Rough Riders clean it up. Roger Lee, the skipper, heads it into Shannon Burchell. Shannon having played quite a few matches during the Christmas holiday in the PDR tournament. And LeJean Simmons of Devonshire Cougars, 1-2 with Burchell of Tarn. Looks like Bermuda's going with a far more direct forward line. Tucker crosses to Lee, to Birchall, the influential Tucker of Somerset Eagles. Had a great breakout season last year. And Rico Trott. It's a long ball into Simmons. Simmons is going to have a tough time against the much taller opposition, that of James Nialis. And the Rough Riders just trying to find some space on the pitch in the opening minutes of play. Good build-up play there by the Rough Riders. Just good movement of the ball. Ball played onto the edge of the 18, controlled. And we see Andrade there, number 2 of the Eagles, winning a very important tackle on the edge of the 18-yard line.
Going all the way back there to Neelis. Arkian, Benjamin.
Looks like shot on goal, slice across. And Roger Lee was there in the timely position, the skipper, to just deny that goal scoring opportunity. So
Sacco was there, so the first corner of the match.
Yeah, but Bermuda just being pushed back a little bit as the Rough Riders are finding a tempo. And let's see how they react on this first corner.
Send up the big guy, number 3, and Kevin Garcia. Who's the in-swinger.
Swan loses possession of the ball. Challenge is there, number 4. Shane Arakian. It's the first free kick of the match. Standing over the ball is Grandy and Shane Arakian, brother of Benjamin Arakian. It looks like Grandy is going to take it. 3-man wall.
Taj Bell prepares, goalkeeper.
Hard and low.
Oh, yes.
Cleared again there by Roger Lee. He finds himself in a good position on 2 straight occasions. All the way back there to number 11, Nialis. Nialis decides to go back to the goalkeeper. And the Rough Riders just take their time, trying to stretch. Poor back pass here. Dante Lavrock should score. Hesitate. It's a poor back pass there by the number 25. Gives it away cheaply. And Dante Lavrock should have put the ball into the net. Hesitated, did not make up his mind. And that should have been Bermuda 1, long off line Rough Riders 0. But as it stands, it's still a scoreless match. Taj Bal. Bermuda pushes high from this goal kick. Battis gets underneath it. Swan misses the flight of the ball. Benjamin Arakian tries to turn it away, but Swan recovers. Okay. And earlier, a few minutes ago, it was Matthew who gave the poor back pass to the keeper, and it's fortunate to see that Bermuda did not score off that play. First shot on goal. Bowles collects it calm and cool. Bowles, out of 6'2", easily collects it and plays a quick release to Andrade. Andrade tries to find Simmons. And Simmons watches the ball go out of play. Quick restart there. Long ball over the top. Trot. Good header. Bermuda taking it easy in the opening minutes, willing to play one up top, the lone striker. The lone striker is Dante Lavrock. Shot and goal again, over the top. And Bermuda being pushed back just a little bit. Looks like they're playing a 4-5-1. And it'll be up to Lavrock to hold the ball up and going forward to knock it back into the oncoming midfield and to spin off. But it was a great opportunity earlier. But enough time in the match after the opening 8 minutes of play for Bermuda to just play the match out, get into a rhythm, and see if we can get to 15 minutes without any score against us. Maynard, out jump there by Garcia. Maynard plying his trade in the UK at the moment, trying to become a professional and receiving his education as well, so hats off to him for making the step across the water. Bartro, beautiful control. Tough tackle there by the number 10, Benjamin Arakian.
What I do like, Calvin, is Bermuda's under 20s, not afraid to mix it up. What we saw through the week against the Hornets, who had a young team out there, they were physically smaller than the Rough Riders, but you can see that Bermuda's making their intentions known early that they don't intend to back away from those challenges.
And Drake clears it out. Troy Tucker sends it one time looking for Lavrock. Lavrock's going to chase. Cleaned up there all the way to Garcia. Garcia goes back to number 11, Nialis. And it's a lot more on the Rough Riders trying to get some movement going on the far side, favoring the left-hand side at this moment. Intercepted there by Tucker. Tucker to Bartru. Good piece of movement to Swan. Swan goes, tries to find Tucker, intercepted. And as we are here covering this match, just want to say hats off to a good friend of mine, Mr. Dennis Brown, the inaugural winners of the PDR Christmas Cup of 2011. Somerset Trojans having written their name over the trophy and adds it on to the record books. Just play it down for Long Island Rough Riders there, but it's lucky to get back up to his feet.
Yeah. Mark Sacco is limping down there. He seems to have a thigh injury, and he might have to be replaced as we see. Yes, it's going to be a substitution. Mark Sacco.
And as you mentioned earlier, Mike, it's good that Bermuda's mixing up to the toughness. Going overseas in the under-20 World Cup qualifiers, people are playing for pride for their nations. Other countries are trying to Lavrock, low boot, player went down, headed it, but you know the referee adjudged it to be a foul. As I mentioned earlier, Bermuda will be playing against Suriname, Guyana in the under-20 World Cup qualifiers. Those players will be looking to take their teams into the final qualifying round, and we also have players over there that are going to be looking to catch the eye of scouts. So it's going to be a tough competition there in Suriname between the 19th and 23rd. Ball blocked there by Swan. Swan, influential midfielder for the Dennytown Hornets. Trot heads to the way.
Number 9, Mark
Bermuda finally gets some space. Barcho tries to find Lavrock. Looks like Bermuda now have switched to a 4-4-2 formation with Maynard having joined Lavrock in the middle of the park, up top. Swan. Tucker. Tucker turns it over.
Arcane chain.
Garcia. Batter.
Oh, well done.
Batter also having a breakout season last year with the Somerset Eagles. Maintains possession. Had a good stint with the Bermuda Hawks. Number 8, Higgins. Sees Trot give away a corner. Mike, I just noticed one thing which will hurt us in the international match. There was a turnover there by Battersby. He had a few choice words, maybe with the bench of his players. He hesitated for 2 seconds, did not go back and track, and we saw a goal scoring an opportunity where we saw the Long Island Rough Riders take advantage of that open space. When something goes wrong in the pitch, the players have to keep playing. The match is still being played. Leave the arguing.
Play the whistle.
Play the whistle. Keep going. Because the opposing team will definitely try to take advantage of that.
Throw in now by Shane Arkian. It's also been impressive during the tour. Long throw. Oh, at the back post there. Number 17 and Graham Roderick, but was unable to get any clear direction on it. So a goal kick coming out, Bermuda's under 20s. Some 18 minutes down and scoreless.
13.
I'm sorry, 13 minutes down.
And Mike, I'm pleased that there's no score because, you know, for long periods of time when Bermuda national team plays, when our team plays, there's an early score line. Yeah, 13. Majority of times when a national team plays, there's an early score line for the opposing team. So for Bermuda to take it into the first 15 minutes without having given up a real goal as we reach the 15-minute mark, the bird's bow that allows us to get into a rhythm and try to get into the match and play good positive football. Simmons tries to hold possession, gives it away. Berea. Rough Rider slowed down. Good hustle there by Tucker. And now Maynard should get there first. But a good strong challenge there by Uwe. Bermuda not afraid to mix it up. Tucker. Caught in possession again by Uwe. Tucker. Extends his ground to Maynard. Maynard turns it away. Sorry. Fouled by Batter. Batter pulls him to the ground. Should be the first caution. Sorry, just having turned on the inside of Batter. Batter decided to do the professional foul not to allow him to drift into the 18. And Garcia takes the kick. Bow, watches it. Collects it easily.
Had he made a mistake, Shane Arkian was right there to pounce on it. Another old-fashioned tactic to always be looking for a mistake from the keeper and jump on the rebound.
Simmons still in possession.
Oh, gave it up.
Bermuda's having some good play coming out, but it's the final pass as we approach the final dart of the field that's letting us down at the moment. But able to hold the run in midfield. Swan. Virtual. Garcia. Tucker comes out with the ball. Goes all the way back to Lee. Lee rifles one across to Maynard. Ball was always going to beat him for pace. Tucker having some comments with the bench about trying to keep the ball on the carpet instead of going direct.
Handball. Comes the Rough Riders once again. Garcia overlapping. Sard, who scored the bulk of their goals while here. Also we'll see up there is Higgins. Throw in Rough Riders. Shane Arkian will take the throw. And what a throw, equivalent to a corner. Up goes Garcia, and it's partially cleared there.
Like a handball, just now looked like a handball penalty.
Ooh.
Looked like a handball earlier there. There should have been a free kick awarded to Bermuda and then a missed kick which could have been a goal. So luckily the
Rico trot slow to get to his feet as well.
Bermuda still just got to get to the second ball a little bit quicker.
Yeah, the ball watching right now. Ball tracking is lacking. Andrade with a handball.
I think Bermuda's just keeping the pitch a little bit too narrow when we have the ball. It may be what for our players to spread out when we have the ball open up the pitch a little bit more, create some one-on-one isolations going up the field. You know, we're always most likely going to face strong opposition physically, so we're going to try to fight it out with the Long Island Rough Riders. I think we'll come on the far end of the stick. Ball played out wide. One time over the top trot, and Drade flicks him one. Berea seems robbed by Simmons. Simmons inside to Barcho. Barcho dressed forward, hesitates.
Higgins.
Ball played over across the far side of the pitch, and Dre picks it up. Stunts in the chest.
Graham Roderick, as Andrade had a high boot.
Yes, he's definitely going to feel that one.
Officially in the 19th minute and scoreless between Long Island Rough Riders and Bermuda's under-20 national football team. As Graham Roderick receives some attention, he's back on his feet. Bermuda captained today by Roger Lee Jr. Playing next to Rico Trado, a attempted header there by Shane Arkian, off target. Taj Mahal with a goal kick for Bermuda. Now coming to his left to Bather, Jalen Bather. Throw in. Quickly taken there by Garcia. Long ball, this time from Nealis, all the way down to Higgins, and Shane Arkian tries one from the edge of the box, no problem whatsoever to goalkeeper Bell. Andrade on the right side, going long, but cut out there. Peter again in possession. Swan, Jamal Swan. Goes down the right flank there. Still in possession. Oh. Eventually losing possession to Benjamin now. Arkian on the far side. Being watched very closely there by Swan. Throw in, Rough Riders, quickly taken. And it's a through ball, looking for Higgins. Andre comes up with it for Bermuda. Eventually cleared there by Trot. Levrock, ooh, almost losing possession. Bader coming forward, and he gives it up.
Mike, seems like Levrock is just a little bit out of touch with the pace of the game. Just a step behind the rest of, behind everybody else on the field. He's going to have to just, you know, increase his intensity and tempo and awareness on the pitch.
Higgins inside to Sarr. Sarr quickly off to Arkian, and a goal kick for BDA.
Just want to say hats off to Coach Gary Darrell. I mean, he's always the man that we call upon when we need to go into some major competitions. There are quite a few number of coaches in Bermuda, and we've had quite a few coaches be national team players or have various stints in various roles, but it always seems that Coach Darrell was able to get us just that, gives us extra edge, his experience from having taken good teams in the late 80s, early 90s, and now back again in 2010.
Yeah,
11.
I remember traveling overseas with him when Bermuda was attempting World Cup qualifying back in the 90s, and he has a tremendous record, one of the best records by a national coach. As the Rough Riders, a chance here for Bermuda, as Mather goes down the line to Maynard. Maynard, straight to the goalkeeper.
Much better play from Bermuda, good direct, simple 2 passes allowed us to get into the 18-yard line. Garcia tries to skip around Maynard. Maynard forces him out of play. But that just shows you can dribble for 15 seconds, short pass, or you can make two simple passes and end up into the opponent's box. So we have to mix up our style of play a little bit more. Short, short, long, or long, long, short. Lee goes with the ball, Maynard. That's a run out. Bermuda maintains possession.
Throw in Bermuda. Jalen Bather on the line to looking for Leverock. Oh, Uwe equal to the task. Troy Tucker down for Bather. A lob for Leverock, headed forward by Uwe. Higgins. Arkian. Trot now gives it directly to Higgins. Well done again by Trot here. Rico, he loses it to Benjamin Arkian. Here's the cross to his brother, and Bow smothers it as he dives to his right. Still waiting that opening goal. Arkian to Sar. Lee gives up a corner.
So we approach 25 minutes, still score 0-0 here between Bermuda under-20 national team and the Long Island Rough Riders. The Rough Riders having the better of the spell at the moment, pushing Bermuda back, but Bermuda have the occasional forays into the opponent's box. Trot there, able to get his head to the ball, push the ball away close to the halfway line, and Long Island Rough Riders try to restart their play again. Lavrock being pushed back a little further, judged to have fouled. The Long Island Rough Rider played just now. Mike, with the 2014 qualifiers shouldn't be too far away, especially for nations such as Bermuda who have to go through a long qualifying round if we make it past the first round. Is it something that Coach Darrell will then be given the reins to take that team as well?
It's a very good question. I mean, I think he should be somehow involved with the officials of that particular squad, because if you're talking a few years from now, we're talking about maybe the bulk of these youngsters right here in front of us. And he would know them inside out. And DeVar Boyles as well would know them inside out. And I would definitely agree with his involvement. Now, I don't know exactly what the BFA will choose in the long run, especially with Derek Broadley winding down as technical director. Who's going to step in? We know for a fact that we're not going to see Gavassier involved, at least not in the near future. I don't know about a few years from now, but so to make a long story short, I would think that Coach Darrell should be an integral part of that squad. Arkian. Oh, Lee tried to time it right. Sar with the cross straight to Bell. Maynard and Garcia. Garcia unable to keep it in play. Throw in Bermuda. Maynard to Bather. Oh, bad return ball. Bad return ball. Throw into the visitors, Garcia. For Arkian, Tucker comes up with it to Bather. Maynard is there. Throw in Rough Riders. Bermuda looking like a really decent outfit here. There's a throw down the line, looking for Higgins, but Roger Lee with a bad pass. Arkian inside the box, cleared by Trot only as far as the big man himself there, Roderick, who's very quick to pull the trigger, but it was off target. You could come the Rough Riders once again. Lob there for Shane Arkian, but Bather, who, as Cal mentioned, has come into his own this season. Sarr leaves it for Higgins. Oh, he's upended by Bather. It's a free kick right at the edge of the 18-yard box and the first booking of the match.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me. Bader's had 3 challenges in a short time span, and this third one sees him receive a yellow card. I must say I'm pretty pleased with the setup of Bermuda. It's international matches, you're not really going to see a 8-0, 10-0 blowout. So no score is a good score, because at the moment these international matches means it's going to be some tight, tough competition. You're not going to get a whole lot of scoring opportunities. Free kick low into the 18. It's the leg of Roger Lee.
Another corner.
Another corner.
They're fourth.
I think in the qualifying in Suriname, I think the matches are probably going to be tight, 2-0, 1-0. There may be the occasional blowout. So, it's going to be very important to keep a goalless scoreline for as long as possible. Maynard, working hard, will be used to this type of aggression, as he is based in the UK, where the match play is very tough and physical.
Garcia.
Ball fled on the far side. Roderick lets it run.
Arkian leaves it for Roderick. Tucker tries to close him down. Still Roderick. A long ball, no problem whatsoever to goalkeeper touch about.
Yeah. Good aggression there by Tucker, not afraid to put his body on the line. Birds well from teams we've seen in the past who are able to play with the opposition technically but not physically. So, Coach Darrow and Boyle's trying to get a well-balanced squad and making them understand football is a contact sport. You're going to have to make tackles and you're going to get tackled, get up and play the game.
Free kick to Bermuda on the far side.
Half man.
We are at the 30-minute mark, 15 minutes remaining in this first half of this third and final international tour match. 0-0. Rico Trott overlooks the field. He has the big guy up there, and Dante Levrock. Troy Tucker now dabs it down for Bather. Tucker's flat-footed there. Maynard has Bather overlapping to his left. Here's Bather now, chipping inside. Oh, a header, but well off. Jamal Swan?
Yeah. Birchall.
Johnny Birchall. Shannon Birchall. Levrock gets a boot on it. And here's, the Rough Riders give it up to Tucker. To Maynard. Bermuda again. Both teams. Good effort there by, I believe, Maynard. Little off target, but good intentions. Yeah. Being able to turn like that and get off a pretty good shot. Just a few yards wide of goal. Goal kick now.
Yeah, after 30 minutes of play, still looking for Lavrock to get into the match. I'm wondering if he will come out for the second half. The coaching staff will leave him on the pitch, or they may change him. Just hasn't really featured in sync with the rest of his teammates.
Should mention here that we're going to have some commentary from Charles Clark and Calvin Blackendow in the second half. Right now it's Bather down the left flank. He has Maynard in front of him. Oh, Maynard still there. Garcia, the whistle goes. He could have played possession. The referee, Renew Senior.
Surprising he made that call. Maynard had spun off of Garcia, was heading into the 18-yard box, and he actually took an advantage away as he had 2 steps on Garcia. And I would have liked to see Maynard actually take 2 additional steps and then try to cross the ball into the box. But again, this time Can calls the play back, and we see Tucker take the kick. Only a 2-man wall. Ball floated over. Lavrock ran himself there. But Garcia is just as physical and strong as Lavrock, able to put his body in between player and ball. Sal tries to run and keep it in, but ball slowly runs out across the touchline. And thus far, Bermuda looking pretty comfortable in this.
They're holding their own. Yes, they're holding their own. I'm pleasantly surprised. Now I would like to see a little bit more action in the attacking third from, as you mentioned, Levrock there. I want to see a little bit more from him. I don't think he's had a real direct shot on goal. I know that earlier, very early in the match, he had an opportunity to put Bermuda up 1-0, but right now it's skipper Lee. Bather flicks it on for Tucker. Tucker back to Bather. Oh, he tries to go inside, but took a deflection there. Roderick knocks it long, one bounce and into the hands of goalkeeper Bell. Andrade. Overlooking the field, oh, long run by Maynard. The offside flag goes up.
Mike, just one quick observation. I think the decision making on some of the passing by our national team players is because they're almost one-footed. You know, they're either all left or all right, and when the pass can be made with the other foot, they still favor their stronger foot, and then it gives them one option as to which way the ball's going instead of having two options, either passing with your left and right, and the pitch just becomes a little bit bigger.
And that could be quite detrimental as well for attackers, because if it's not on the right foot, you know, and
still in possession. Yep. Roger Lee tried to guide him out of play. You see Swan there, no better. That's the clearest lines. Garcia under the ball. Yeah, I think on that technical aspect, we have to create two for the players, and it's not just creating; they have to be willing to use both feet as well. That's something you can learn on your own, and you can take short passes first and try to hit the distance and target the accuracy. You know,
it's about practicing with the foot that you're uncomfortable with, and practice makes perfect. Once you build up that confidence with the, you know, but we like to say ambidextrous. You should be able to use both feet, both hands.
I'm going to say this Bermuda national team coaching staff has a good pedigree. We have DeVar Boyles, very experienced. We have Coach Darrell, very experienced. We have Maurice Lowe, who's studying for his English FA license, having recently received his UEFA B. So, you know, we have coaches that are able to say they're qualified and coach almost anywhere in the world. And then we still have our TD Derek Broadley here with a vast amount of experience. So this team should be well served in Suriname with the technical expertise. And hopefully we can get a few Bermudian fans over there to Suriname. And I think it's only direct flight to Miami from Bermuda, and then maybe one or two other short stops in the tropics. So, you know, any number of fans that are willing to come and support our young man.
And of course, you have family there.
I have family there. So,
whoa!
Shot there. Right along on the rough, drags it across the goal. Taj Bal sees it go across his far post. As you mentioned, I have family there, so I'm going to try to make a surprise visit. God willingly.
We're now getting into the latter stages of the first half, some 9 minutes to go. Still scoreless between the Rough Riders and Bermuda's under-20 squad. Goal kick, Bell, looking for Levrock.
Levrock gets under it, gets his head to it.
Sarr goes to his right to Higgins. Bather is watching closely. Higgins still in possession. Sarr again. Inside to Arkian. Oh, Trot does the cleanup work. Uwe should mention once again, as was the last minute sort of not replacement, but a winner of the last spot on the team after going up against some 200 participants. And with that, we're going to try and speak to the president of the Rough Riders, Zartan, who's down there.
Yes. The Long Island Rough Riders had a trial for 200 players, and only one was going to be able to be selected, and Uwe was the lucky candidate. He came out, proved his worth, and also scored in the opening match of the Long Island Rough Riders. And Mike Sharp is here with the president of that organization.
Yes, Peter Zartan. Gotten to know him over the few days that they've been here, as we see the Rough Riders try to mount something, and Higgins just over the top with a header. And we say hello again and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you as well.
Yeah, we're watching things here. What are your thoughts on the match thus far? I think it's a pretty good game.
It's a very tight game. I think both teams are up for the challenge, and yeah, I think the second half should be definitely interesting.
Yeah, what I find interesting is the man who made it late in the team, Uwe,
Yeah.
who scored the other night, is now, he's versatile. You put him in defense today.
That's correct. Yeah, so far we're finding a lot of things about him. Not only was he the one selected, but he maybe even have a starting position at the end of this, towards the beginning of the season. So pretty happy with him right now.
Right. Now, the goal-scoring machine, Sar. You didn't start him, but he came on as a sub.
That's correct. I think coach is just, getting different looks at different types of players and resting people properly. So we'll see. Hopefully he'll get jump-started a little bit more in the second half.
Tell us a little bit more about the Rough Riders.
It's an organization since 1994, so it predates MLS soccer. And it's had some storied players such as Tony Miola, Giovanni Savarese, all players that have either represented a national team or played at the very high level. So we're known for an organization of developing high-level players and either furthering along their career or in this case, utilizing a lot of the college players. So we've been around a long time, and we also even have a women's team too. So a full component with youth program all the way to the men's and the women's team.
Right.
Basically consists of the Rough Rider organization.
Right now we have the Archean brothers, and I understand they're two sisters.
Yeah, they also played for the Rough Riders in 2006. So it's like a family where we have all four of them under one umbrella, which is nice.
Right. Now, your affiliation with an outside team. Kelvin and I have been mentioned that you're associated with feeder teams we call, who assist you. Who is it, West Ham, is it?
That's correct, West Ham United. We affiliated with them last year, and they're the ones that actually mentioned that there might be an opportunity for us to come over here. So we were very excited about that, and we have other partnerships also in Europe, in Germany, and Italy, but I would say that West Ham is definitely by far one of our closest, and we're looking forward to hopefully supplying them some players in the future.
All right. Well, it's always good talking to you.
Great talking to you as well.
Yeah, hopefully building a good relationship here, a partnership between the Bermuda Football Association and the Long Island Rough Riders.
Yes, great. I would love to be back, so especially with this weather.
Okay. Thanks, Peter.
Take care.
All right. Kelvin?
Yes, good spell there by Bermuda initially, but as you've seen here, the Long Island Rough Riders have a good defensive line, able to hold their back four nice and tight. And there's a second booking of the match as we approach the 41st minute, which sees Maynard receive a yellow card. During that interview, Mike, I just saw some tough challenges going in, some tough tackles, and some of the Rough Rider players were becoming a little bit upset and annoyed, and that's a good sign. That means they're not getting their way on the pitch. Bermuda is trying to shut them down, giving them body checks, and just seeing some of the expressions and some of the calls to referee Cam by the Rough Riders means that Bermuda is actually holding their own in this match.
We just turn quickly here to Charles Clark. You'll be doing a bit of commentary in the second half. What are your thoughts on the match just thus far, Charles?
So far, it seems to be a little evenly balanced. I mean, the Rough Riders do have some advantage. They are playing more as a unit, and you can see that they're well organized. But Bermuda is hanging in there. Hopefully, this is just a building, stepping stone for Bermuda team, and they see what it's going to be like when they get to Suriname.
Charles Clark, who will be joining Calvin Blankendow for the second half of this all-important third and final tour match here at Somerset Cricket Club. Still scoreless as Archean tries one from well outside. That will be Benjamin Archean in the midfield. He's not afraid to pull the trigger as well.
Yeah, another good sign that this team in the opening match and even in the second match against the Hornets were getting behind the defense, playing balls in across the 6-yard box. And the way Bermuda set up at this moment for sturdy middle with Trott and Lee, they're forcing the Long Island Riders to take shots from 20, 25 yards out, which is a good sign. The keeper should be able to see it, and it just keeps our back line a little bit more composed and able to play balls to the midfield.
I've been impressed as Tucker tries to go long there. I can see that between Andrade, Trott, Lee, and Bather, Bermuda has 4 solid defenders there. Troy Tucker is always a workhorse in the midfield with Swan. And look at this, having one, was that Jamal Swan? Having one from well outside over the top, but It's a good team. I'm pleasantly surprised and impressed, but I still think we need firepower up front. I want more activity up front. I'm happy with the defense. I'm happy with what I've seen with the midfield, but Maynard and Levrock, we need more from them up top.
Yeah, and this is where I think that even some of the players we saw in the opening match today in the PDA final, some of those players, definitely could come in contention if we're talking about a Tosh Red to be, an out-and-out striker in this team. Shot and goal blocked there by Lee. Lee having an outstanding match today. And there was number 4, Shane Irakian, the two brothers, the dynamic duo for the Long Island Rough Riders. Seeing his shot blocked there by the skipper, Lee. Batter. Maynard, good one-touch football. Tucker, caught in possession. Means to tackle again. And Tucker just being guilty of having indecisive movement, but wins the foul. Crossfield pass to Andrade. Andrade coming from a very sporting family. His father's involved in cricket and football. And Andrade solely focusing on football at the moment. Heading off to university soon. Bermuda Force needless all the way back to the keeper. Good pressure applied there by Lavrock. And that's what we always say, if you're not in the game technically, make sure you just show yourself all over the pitch by putting in a good work effort. So that caused a turnover to the Bermuda national team. Maynard keeps the ball in play on their side. Watch closely. Turns away. Sends one across. Keeper has to see the ball in the sun. Holds on to it. And looks like we will end in the first half with a 0-0 score. Approximately less than a minute and a half left in regulation time. And the board was put up for additional time, but unable to see how much time there was. Should be less than 2 minutes. There's no major injuries or substitutions taking place. Bow. Ball ricochets. Sacco. And Battersby could be taking what be probably the last play of the match. Again, Rough Riders may going down. Good cover there provided by Swan. And Drake turns inside. Bermuda looking very comfortable and confident on the ball. Birchall. Ball called by Simmons. All the way back to the keeper. Looking for a referee can to blow the whistle any moment now. And here at Somerset Trojans Field, it's Bermuda nil, the Long Island Riders nil.
Yeah, after 45 minutes of play, scoreless. And the young Bermuda, as I refer to them, holding their own. If they can come out in the second half and get something going up front, I believe that they have an excellent opportunity to come away with a solid win here, which will be a real confidence boost for them as they get ready for World Cup qualifying. And that concludes the first half of the third and final tour match from the Long Island Rough Riders. Still plenty of action remaining on this New Year's Day.